Hello everyone, this is the Archfiend, and welcome to the second edition of Longbox Tetris. This, of course, is the ongoing series of videos where you, the viewer, ask me questions through emails, comments, private messages, or any way you can get a question to me that I basically don't have the time to reply to you guys, and a lot of the times are questions that just get asked to me over and over again. If you need more clarity on what the show is, watch the video linked underneath here. Anyways, I'm changing up the format just a little bit here in that it's going to be 10 total questions. 5 of the questions are going to be questions that, like I said before, get submitted to me in comments, private messages, emails, etc. And the second 5 questions are going to be questions from my Ask the Archfiend shows that I don't get a chance to answer. So I'm going to try and split things up here and make both of the worlds happy, and everything will be in harmony and it'll be great. Anyways, let's just cut the chit-chat and get to the show here. Okay, first question is one that I often get asked a lot of times, pretty much every single day, and that is, what does IGSRJ stand for? The answer to that is simple, and I've said it a number of times. It stands for I give sloppy rim jobs, because he does in fact give sloppy rim jobs. He makes a somewhat decent living from doing that. But yeah, that's what it stands for, and there's really not much to it other than that. Next questions. Why do you make videos of hate about people? And that's just kind of a general phrasing of how that question gets asked to me in a number of very different ways. I can tell you this. The videos that I've made about people that I quote-unquote hate are all about people that I used to watch and admire and appreciated their work. And I make these videos more out of just total disappointment in that they did something, they went a certain route, or they're not doing something that their fans are going to like. And I'm basically just making a video to shout out to them, hey, why are you doing this? Why did you do that? Why do you have to do that? So it's not so much that, I'm making these channels just to basically, shake the proverbial tree to get the fruit to drop off the branches or anything like that. It's just like I said, I'm disappointed with people in so many ways. And yeah, if their fans are going to be pissed off too, and then I'm going to get their attention with the video I make, then that's the way it's going to be. But no, I don't intentionally make videos to hate people. I make videos when I'm disappointed in people. So, yeah, that's pretty much the generic answer that I can give you as far as that goes. Okay, next question. Since I made my last Longbox Tetris video, I got this asked to me about 20 different times. What time is Ask the Archfiend on your website? Okay, that is going to be the response I give every single time that question gets asked to me. Okay, go to my website. It's linked in the video description. I have it in big, huge-ass letters on the top of the website. I have it wrote all over my YouTube channel. I say it in every Ask the Archfiend episode. I'm to the point where I'm not going to repeat it anymore. So, yeah, if you guys don't know by now, then the burden is on you to find out for yourself. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but I can only repeat it so many times. Next question. You talked about college in your several videos, and I was just wondering where you went. Okay, yes, I do, in fact, talk about going to college in several of my videos, and actually, I usually wear shirts. This actually isn't a shirt from my college. This is about some lawyer in Philadelphia, but anyways, that's a different story. Yeah, I went to Salisbury University, which is on the Delmarva Peninsula, and those of you who don't know what the Delmarva Peninsula is, it's that section of land under Pennsylvania and New Jersey where Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia, it's to the eastern shore part of Maryland, where it's on that plot of land. Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, Delmarva. Anyways, it's on the Maryland portion there. It's in the center, Salisbury, Maryland, and it's a quaint little college, which is pretty much the only thing in the town of Salisbury, Maryland. It's outside of Ocean City, Maryland, which is a very, very nice beach. So that's a perk about going to that school. And so yeah, that's where I went. Look it up. Salisbury University, whose mascot is the seagull. I know. That's quite possibly one of the most ridiculous college mascots there could be. The seagulls. Very menacing. Look out, here comes the Salisbury Seagulls. Yeah, insert your own jokes there. And good news is they changed the name of the school when I was there. It used to be called Salisbury State University. So naturally, everyone had to chime in with the damn Salisbury Steak University jokes, and it's just so funny after you hear it the thousandth time. And we even sold T-shirts in the college store where it would be Chef from South Park, and it would say Salisbury State University on it. So yeah, we even made fun of ourselves there at that school. So anyway, Salisbury University, very good school. Enjoyed my time there. Go there if you can get accepted. Anyways, next question. Okay, fifth question here. What is your favorite food? Now, this is kind of a somewhat tricky question in that, naturally, when someone says this, you usually hear them say like an ice cream or like an Italian baked pastry or something like that. My favorite food is actually a vegetable. It is the Brussels sprout. Now, I like this food for a number of reasons. One being that it's kind of quaint that you can eat it with your hands. Like, you don't need like a fork or a spoon. And it is actually the number one vegetable that I love to eat when I come in from jogging. And I don't, it's kind of like just like eating a plate of bonbons, if you will, for lack of a better term. It's something that has like a lot of substance to it. It fills you up, and it's good for you. So I mean, it's technically a green leafy vegetable. It's very good in vitamins and all that other shit and nutrients and blah blah blah. Now, why I wouldn't say something like, you know, like pizza or stromboli or something like that. That's not so much that I'm a vegetarian or anything like that, but it's just that that food's good and all, and I'll agree that it tastes, you know, 10 times better than a plate of Brussels sprouts, but in the long run I feel kind of guilty because, number one, I know it's like fattening and not really that good for you and not really that much of a nutritional value for you. But yeah, I mean, that stuff is good and all, and don't get me wrong, if like, you know, I'm on death row and I'm ordering my last meal, I mean, it's going to be a plate of bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits from McDonald's because, well, shit, man, that stuff is good. But anyways, yeah, my favorite food, if you could call it favorite rather than most delicious, favorite food is Brussels sprouts. Okay, on to 5 questions from the Ask the Archfiend shows. Okay, first question that I picked out is, what is your favorite Final Fantasy villain? I would have to say that it's, of course, from Final Fantasy X, since that's my favorite Final Fantasy game. It would be Seymour. Seymour is my favorite villain in that he's a villain that I don't so much consider to be a villain. I consider him to be almost like a savior in that, here's the basic plot if you guys don't know Final Fantasy X. Okay, there's like a real world, we'll just call it Earth here for lack of you guys following home. And then there's a heaven, which is called Spira. Okay, everyone knows these two worlds exist. Like, it's a fact, it's a certainty. Okay, the Earth world that they live in is basically, you know, you can get sorrow, you can die, there's hate, there's crime, all sorts of stuff like that. Spira, this afterlife world, everything's great, everything's wonderful, you live forever, everything's just, you know, vibrant and happening. Okay, Seymour knows this. Seymour is a character where his mother got killed off in the Earth world, if you will, and he hates this world. He wants to kill every single person in this world and then just send them to Spira. And I'm like, this guy's a bad guy? He's trying to send everyone to this great afterworld. I mean, what the hell? Sign me up. I'd be one of the first in line to let this guy kill me off. So yeah, he's a villain in that game. Everyone was like, no, you can't kill us off. You know, we have to have, you know, hope in humanity and that we can all live along and be happy with one another. But I'm like, no, I want to go to Spira. I want to, you know, sit there and watch Blitzball all day like everyone else did. And I mean, not so much to enjoy Blitzball, but anyways, that's what they did in Spira. But yeah, so anyways, Seymour, my favorite Final Fantasy villain. It's too bad they killed him off in the end. Next question, who would win in a fight, Grandpa Joe or Willy Wonka? That's a good question. I mean, Willy Wonka and Gene Wilder, not really known for being too much of like a badass or a fighter in any of the films that he was in. And Grandpa Joe is old, but I mean, he's a bit wiser. I think it would go as this. I think it would be a pretty even matchup, and then Willy Wonka at the end, he would just have that cane, and there'd be like a little dagger in it, like the guy in A Clockwork Orange, and he would just stab Grandpa Joe in the neck, and then he'd be like, oh, oh, and then he would fall into the chocolate river and then float away. But as he's floating away, the Oompa Loompas would be pissing on him as he goes into that little suction pipe that Augustus got stuck in, and then that's how it would end. Instead of him sucking up, it would just be like blood going up through the pipe. So that's what would happen. Willy Wonka by stab to the neck in the 5th round. Next question. Worst video game you ever played? Oh boy. Now, we were actually just talking about this last night in the chat room on the homepage of my website. And this game just brings back no happy memories from my childhood. Okay, I had the Sega Master System as a kid, and I had a shitload of games for it. And I actually loved the Alex the Kid series of games, with one not falling into the not-so-likable category. And yes, I understand people, before you jump down on me, I love Alex the Kid in Miracle World. I understand that it is a total ripoff of Super Mario Brothers, but it was a fun game. It was a fun game, very underrated, and I think the Sega Master System is a very underrated home system. But, yeah. The third in the Alex the Kid series is a game called Alex the Kid in High Tech World. Okay. Now, this game, even the box art, just kind of misleads you. It shows Alex the Kid beating up a ninja on the cover. So I'm like, oh, this is sweet. We got ninjas in the Alex the Kid series of games. This is going to be awesome. Okay. You put the game in, and the plot is this. Alex the Kid has to, and I always say Alex the Kid. I know it's Alex Kid. Just play along, people. Alex the Kid has a map to an arcade in town. The map gets ripped up into 8 pieces for some unknown reason, and they get planted in 8 separate locations of his house. Now, your job in this part of the game is to find those 8 pieces of the map to get to the arcade. This then turns into one of the most tedious, one of the most monotonous, and one of the most boring sequence of events in the history of video gaming. I mean, I defy anyone to find a game that was just more tedious and boring than this. And I really think that it just does not get the recognition for how shitty this game is. Okay, like for instance, Alex will walk into a room, and it'll be like his history teacher, and he'll be like, hey, bitch, can I have that piece of the map? And she'll be like, no, you have to answer these questions. And then a series of legitimate history questions come up on the screen. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit? I'm taking a test all of a sudden in a video game. And on top of that, you have 1 life in this part of the game. And there is so much stuff you have to do by trial and error that it is just so frustrating. Like, for instance, there's like flights of stairs in the house. There's certain flights of stairs, if you either go up or down them, you die because you don't realize ahead of time that the stairs are broken. So you'll be going downstairs, and all of a sudden Alex will drop down and die. The only possible way that you would know this would happen is by dying. When you die, start all back over. No matter how many pieces of the map you have. And the thing is, when you go to get the pieces of the map, it's not necessarily easier now that you know where certain pieces of the map are. No, you still got to take the test again. There's you'll run into Alex's mother. She'll be like, okay, take this up to the 5th floor into the 3rd room, and then when you do that, bring it down over here, and then bring it over there and there and there. And you've got to do stuff in such an ordered sequence of events, and God forbid you're off by 1 door, or you do 1 step before the other, start back over. And it takes so long. It's so boring. There's no action, no fighting, nothing like that. I'm just I cannot describe how much of a zero entertainment value Alex the Kid in High Tech World is. It's just, it is the only absolute zero game I've ever played. And I'm not saying that there's other games out there that aren't worse. It's just that as far as the games that I have played, this is the ultimate zero that I've come across. So yeah, holy shit! I really wish someone like Angry Video Game Nerd would cover a game like that because it's bad. Next question: would oranges make a bad flavor of pie? Now, when I was watching my Longbox Tetris video, I was like, you know what? That is a good question. I was like, come to think about it, why is there no orange flavored pies? Now, I'm sure someone out there is going to be like, well, at my local fair in Alabama, we make orange pies. But yeah, as far as the majority of the world, no one knows of an orange flavored pie that I know of. So I was thinking to myself, I don't know, maybe because it's a citrus fruit that it wouldn't really jive correctly. But I was like, wait, there's key lime pies. That's a citrus fruit. There's lemon meringue pies. Lemon is a citrus fruit. So I'm like, what the hell? Why is there no orange flavored pies? Orange, like there's like orange flavored ice cream, orange flavored popsicles, and orange juice. I mean, there's multiple uses for the orange other than just an exact orange. But yeah, that's a good question, and I would wonder why no one has made an orange flavored pie that I know of. Anyways, very good question. Very good question. And the fifth and final question from the Ask the Archfiend show is, what is better, Hot Wheels or Legos? Man, it's a close race. I mean, as a kid, I had both Hot Wheels and Legos. I would say Legos because I was more of like a hands-on kid that would just like make something like really ridiculous out of the Legos, like an entire like skyline of a city or something like that. And also when I was a kid, and this is gonna sound just like real lame, I would like collect, and I actually played with these more than I did Legos, and this is gonna make you laugh. I would actually collect batteries, like used batteries that my family would use, and I would like keep them in like little like large margarine containers or butter containers, depending on what your family bought. We bought margarine in my family. Anyways, large margarine containers, and I would keep them in there, and I would use them like building blocks, and I would pretend like they were like like towns, and like I would like set up like the D batteries and stack them like in a pyramid, and I would have like an A battery come in like it was like a cruise missile or something. It would hit the building and knock all the big batteries down. And yeah, I know it was ridiculously lame, but it was amazing. As a kid, the most fascinating toy I had was buckets of batteries, and I shit you not, I played with them more than my Ninja Turtles, if you can believe that. So yeah, the Archfiend loved to play with used batteries, if you can believe that. So, anyways, that concludes this round of Longbox Tetris, and the questions are great that you guys have been sending in so far. A lot of them are very good, and some of them are just very lame. And just on one final closing note here, I want to congratulate a longtime member of the awesomearchfiend.com, Mayu. You've heard me mention her name here a number of times. She's actually partly responsible for this series here, which is Longbox Tetris. She just got engaged to her longtime boyfriend, and I want to congratulate them both and wish them a very happy and healthy future. So anyways, till the next time, everyone, take care and keep those questions coming in.